All right, what's up? I am looking at another one of Siegebreaker's videos. This is looks like Conquest of Wilstermarsh against Killbox. Transport Rifleman Tank. You're on the Sierra side. Killbox is on the Alpha side. I think both of you are rocking, like, let's say, like, you're level 6, he's level 4. So you're both probably rocking units that are about, regulars, maybe mostly recruits, but you got some regulars mixed in there. So if you're going with these guys, deploy an infantry like right away, and then have them go to Sierra. Yep. Just for this early section, I'm gonna go ahead and slap the playback speed up a little bit just to get us rolling. We'll go to 1.5. Yep, go right to Sierra. Good man. And you did the thing where you told the tanks to go to Delta, and then you told the transports to go. So that way your transports are going to catch up and then overtake your tanks, and your tanks are already going at full speed, and they're getting that movement going before the transports can get there. And so you're saving time. Your transports will end up getting to Delta before your tanks do, but that's okay. Because if you're bringing, the tanks in behind anyway, they're going to reinforce. And perfect. You've got exactly what you want. Don't, right here, you told Unit 1 to get out and go to Delta. Just get the transport up there like ASAP. And look at that. You already pushed him off. Don't tell your transports to go forward. Just tell your transports to go back. Just tell your transports to go back. You don't want your transports to die here. It's the one thing you don't want to die here. This is actually like you've out misplayed it this so poorly. If your transport dies and he reinforces with a gunship, there's his gunship. It's already there. You have no way to stop him from taking out your tank now. And then you have no way of stopping and taking out his tank. And if you and then you set deployment to, you just wasted 6 command points because you just set your deployment to Delta in order to bring in an engineer. By the time they deploy, his gunships are going to be gone. You're not going to be able to stop his riflemen. His riflemen are just going to take out your engineer before you could even get to cover. I'm going to go back to normal speed just to kind of slow it down. I just realized I was on, enhance the more speed. Wow, you actually took out his riflemen. That's what's the most surprising there. But like, what's your engineer supposed to do here? All of this, like a lot of this chaos that just went on could have been avoided by just not letting your transport drive up and get taken out immediately. Because once you let your transport drive up and get taken out like that, like I said, you had no way to stop his gunship from your tank. And like, you're already on the uplink. What's he going to do to get you off the uplink? You can come over. All right. So yeah, I mean, a lot of this chaos here is just because you let your transport go down. And once your transport went down, like you kind of like you just spent your command points to get an engineer there, which is great because it helps defend Delta, but it doesn't, like, you went and got Delta. Like that was supposed to be like the advantage that you deployed all that armor for. You didn't do anything with it. And now you're trying to walk to Zulu, but he's got gunships over the top of it. I feel like Killbox kind of knows what he does kind of know what he's doing. He probably just doesn't know how to close out matches very well based on that last match I watched. But yeah, he's got his transport going right now to go to Zulu to beat you out. So your riflemen are not going to be getting Zulu. And you have a rifleman and an engineer just sitting at Delta. You have 8 command points just tied up in units that are just sitting still. And then you have another 3 command points tied up in that force recon that's at Bravo. And I do think of that. I do think of things in terms of command points, like for that reason. Because if you hadn't done that, dropping your engineer, if you hadn't done the default landing zone to Delta and dropped an engineer, you had 10 command points. You could have dropped a transport and a rifleman and already had them going to Zulu, and they would have done more than your engineer did. Like maybe your engineer helped keep the tank from taking out your rifleman on Delta. Okay, but you already took out his rifleman, so he wasn't going to be able to secure Delta. So you still had plenty of time to like reinforce and do other things. You actually got Zulu off of this because, and your rifleman beat his transport. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. I think that force recon like weakened his shields before you got there. What kind of helped too. That's so funny. Um, but yeah, like you've got a tank just driving up into Delta, but you don't have any anti-air. This is like where transports is like just have a transport. Like it's fine to have like a bunch of tanks, but like just have a transport just like off in the wings. He nuked you at Delta. Yeah, because like that tank you deployed was just did nothing now. All it did was go up there and become experience for his gunship to level up. He's gonna crash uplink on Sierra. Please just upgrade to air. Like, I would rather you be airstriking than doing force recon. Like, if you want to win, I would rather you airstriking than using force recon. So now with your WMD, you're looking to keep him from securing one of the uplinks you already have secured. So if he starts suddenly securing Foxtrot or Zulu or Delta, that's where your WMD goes. Or if there's a bunch of units that are grouped and you can hit 3 units, about 3-4 units is like what you want to hit. But like with 6 command points, dude, you can deploy 3 units, like a transport, a rifleman, and a tank, and just start rolling towards an uplink that you want to capture again. But instead, you got 3 tanks. You got transport up here to take out his gunship, and he let his gunship go down to your gunship, which is really just bad on his part too. And you're gonna kill it off. Nice. Good job. Kill it off. What's your artillery gonna do? Like, what's your plan with the artillery? Is your plan to hit Yankee, attack him at Yankee? Is it plan to get into Delta and have some more? You need some more air cover. Here comes an airstrike on your gunship, probably. Why isn't your transport? If you want to unit kill him, why isn't your transport unit killing him? Where'd you just WMD? Oh, Alpha? Did you knock out any units with that? Yeah, it's funny that you went to like unit kill him, but you didn't have your transport shooting the down gunship. It would have unit killed it immediately. Like, oh, dude, just deploy a gunship. Just deploy a gunship. I feel like in DEF CON, a lot of people just don't get that you can just, they only cost 2 command points. You can have 2 gunships out and like have them just rolling together. And 2 gunships running at that tank of his would knock it down so fast. And then you'd also be able to scout and see what he's doing. I like that you have a command vehicle out because then you're trying to get some experience for it, so it can like get an attack UAV, and attack UAV is really a good improvement. Um, but like right here, I can see Killbox. He's about to take Bravo. He's about to get 4 command points, and if I'm Killbox and I get 4 command points like that, I'm about to come in with a bunch of tanks, a transport, and a rifleman, and I'm going right at Delta, or I'm going right at Zulu. Like the goal at that point is to just go get an uplink. See, because like you've got tanks just going into Yankee, but you don't have a transport with them. Like, what's he gonna do to stop you if you have a tank and a transport? Like, he would have to have his. It looks like there's engineers there. Like, his engineers could stop you, but his engineers are gonna be able to stop your tanks. And at this point, like, also, why are your tanks up at Yankee? You don't have any riflemen coming nearby too to like try to secure the uplink. So, like, what are you gonna get out of running in there? Like, maybe you get 1 or 2 of his units down, but then you lose 2 units too. The best you trade units without anything, without like securing anything. And then like this tank just goes down fighting another tank because the gunship came in because you don't have a transport with them. So you see, like, this tank didn't do anything. I'm pretty sure that transport that was up there with it like got away. This tank's gonna go down too because again, you don't have anything to stop it. He's got 2 gunships coming after you. All right, let's see what else happens in this match. This match goes on for another 15 minutes. I don't get how you guys make these matches go on for so long. I mean, this one probably makes more sense than the Brenner Pass one because this one, like, you are kind of in a stalemate now. Neither of you are really getting any good like inroads in, but like, look at you just let your artillery get just taken out. I mean, there's a force recon, which yeah, I see you like zooming in on it. I know you're a big fan of force recon and stuff, but like, you just let your artillery go down, and then now you bring in the gunship. Like, you should have had gunships out here a long time ago, because like he's got tanks, and you're gonna reinforce this, and then you're gonna upgrade it to force recon. Why is your transport just taking out going after a tank? Like, his gunships can beat your transport. He's got 3 of them, and I think he's got special attacks. He's got 4 fucking gunships sitting there. Like, what do you? Oh, he straight up unit killed your transport. Yeah, yeah. See, Killbox is doing exactly what I do in fucking DEF CON, man. Like, you don't have electronic warfare, and you don't have airstrikes, and like at most you have like 1 transport on the field at a time. So it's like 4 gunships can just he just owns the battlefield because he can just roll around with 4 gunships, even if he doesn't have special attacks on him, which it looks like he's got 1 at least. But like, he could just roll around the battlefield, taking out any of your gunships, any of your um, tanks, anything like. And then again, you wasted another 6 command points to change your default deployment zone to Delta, and then all you brought in was a transport. Like, what are you gonna do with that transport? You're gonna just like chase his gunships down all around the map? Like, it's 6 command points. Like, 6 and then 2 for the deployment. So 8 command points. You could have had 4 units. You could have had 2 transports, 2 riflemen, or like 2 gunships and a transport and a rifleman. Like you could have had 3 transports if you're so worried about his freaking gunships. Um, but like you're kind of just like wanting to, like, you guys are just like wanting to dance around each other. And so, like, Killbox, I don't think Killbox is playing this like poorly. I think he's, now that I know he's like just recently started playing, I think he's playing this from an inexperience, but like he's made some pretty okay decisions. He's got some stuff that's a little stuck right now. Like he's got tanks there without a transport. I don't really see him making any big pushes to take an uplink, and this is Conquest after all, remember. So, um, oh, here's one for you, Killbox, right there at that moment. You airstruck his gunship. Um, I would rather you airstrike his transport and then run into his transport and special attack his transport with your gunships. You could have taken down his transports for just like four command points, and then your 4 gunships can deal with his 1 gunship pretty quickly, and then you still have 4 command points left. Looks like you also airstruck his transport. Maybe that's exactly what you did there. Yeah, yeah, nice. So like you had 12 command points, which is insane. If you had 12 command points for those airstrikes, then again, like you have no need to be deploying artillery, like neither one of you at this point, because neither of you are really using the artillery to do anything with it. And dealing with his engineers on Zulu is way easier than you think. You just get a rifleman, like right there at Zulu where that tree line's at. If you just get a transport and a rifleman really close up to that tree line, get the rifleman out into the trees, and then just have them walk to the uplink. The worst siege would be able to do is have his engineers shoot at your riflemen in the open, and your engineers or your riflemen would make it all the way to Zulu. Um, and if they make it all the way to Zulu, Jesus Christ, if they make it like all the way to Zulu, then they're gonna just take it from him. Like the engineers can't stop you from taking Zulu at that point. And then you have your tank rolling too, so the engineers are shooting your tank, or your tank's shooting the engineers. Your airstrike here actually hit your own riflemen and knocked them down. Yeah, special attack the transport here. Your gunships will kill it. I don't even think you need special, but you will lose, yeah, 1 gunship. You got your artillery there, kind of don't need them to be there. The problem is you just don't have any. It looks like you're taking Delta. Okay, I see that now. Just kind of late to it, but he was also late to rotate and stop you. So good, good. I'm glad you're taking Delta here. His nuke's not up yet. If he does nuke, it's just really dumb. I mean, yeah, he's gonna nuke. I don't know why. Oh, he drops it there so you can kill your gunships. Oh, the big nuke. Yeah, it's big. Took out your gunships, your tanks, and your engineer or your infantry securing the uplink. I would like to see you take your command vehicle and actually just drive like straight into something. Make him have to work to take out your command vehicle. Also, your artillery right now, Siege, if you just turn them to attack his tanks that are up at Delta, you could take his tanks down like immediately. They have quarter health and they're at, 1 unit health. And damn, you just got nuked. And you have no command points, and all you have is 2 infantry and a command vehicle. And you only have 2 reserves left. That's what's kind of rough too, is like you kind of let this drag out to the point where you have only 2 reserves, and once you deploy those 2 reserves, they're going to be like 2 of your You're only gonna have 4, what is it, 5 units total? I'll call it 4 because your command vehicle's basically useless, especially with where you're playing it. Um, and that's why it's like it's better to drain your reserves. It's better to drain your reserves and have 10 units on the battlefield than it is to just be like, okay, I'm out of reserves and I'll have 3 people left. You know, because you don't have a strong force right now. But if you had drained your reserves and you had 10 units on the field, it's like, okay, I'm out of reserves, but I have a full fighting force and I can go do stuff. He's got airstrikes, so he doesn't give a shit about running out of reserves or anything. He's gonna just be able to airstrike you to shit, take you down every time. And you have to secure 2 uplinks. Oh, now you're getting airstrikes. It's took you long enough. You're trying to hunt down his artillery. You'll probably get airstruck. See, my thing with artillery is I basically never use them unless I've got I can have 2 artillery units deployed at the same time. And then you just gotta have something with them to protect from gunships, whether it's a transport or it's the combat drones. But you should always have something. Oh, right here you did an airstrike on his transport, which might actually, yeah, it's not gonna work out the way you want it to, because it's gonna down them. But his riflemen are coming, and Killbox looks like he just got his riflemen out, and they're out in the open. Yeah, he's kind of got them fucked now. Yeah, if you were gonna run up to take Delta like that, Killbox, I would have rather you waited till your tank got there, um, or just drive your transport right up to the uplink and drop your riflemen off right on the uplink, like literally on the uplink, so that way they're in cover immediately, and then you actually have a fighting chance of doing the capture. Um, but Siege ended up responding to this, right? If I'm Siege here, I'm not airstriking his tanks. His tanks literally do not matter. The one thing I'm airstriking are his riflemen that you had vision on, because after you secure Delta, his riflemen can come secure Delta from you and to push DEFCON. So if his riflemen come out right now out of the woodwork and go secure Delta, you're fucked. Unless you get an airstrike on him, and there they are. So don't you dare airstrike. Wait till you get eyes on that rifleman. And if I'm Killbox, I'm waiting for that evac chopper to leave so that he doesn't get vision on me. And if I'm Siege, I'm driving my command vehicle right in. Yep, see, there it is. That airstrike on the rifleman is what saves Siegebreaker. You should be sending your rifleman unit 4 over to Yankee, by the way. You should be sending them to Yankee. Like, they should be hauling ass to Yankee. Because you know he's got nothing over there, and he hasn't been over there in a long time, and he has no plans to go there. This is where, yeah, you should be going right at Yankee. And I think his tanks are really low. If they are, just drive your command vehicle right on top of them and just like keep moving your command vehicle while you're right on top of them. And the gun from the command vehicle will be enough to deal with the tank, unless he airstrikes you out, of course. Yeah, that sucks. Not much you can do about that. But yeah, send unit 4 to Yankee, and yeah, send unit 2 to Bravo. Nice. They're gonna go slow. I might have even told unit 2 to walk the north side of Bravo and just like sneak your way in there so that way you don't get caught in the open. But save airstrikes. Save any airstrikes you have right now. Oh, don't do that. Just save any airstrikes you have right now for dealing with any riflemen. Because look, there's a rifleman running to Delta. You can see. Yep, right there. You see him too. No, you go to Bravo. Oh, I think he has a rifleman on Bravo. Yeah, you're gonna lose this because now you have no way to stop him, and he's gonna have enough to airstrike you. He's airstriking your force recon of all things, which I don't agree with. Yeah, he's got riflemen on Delta. You should probably just forget Delta and go straight to Yankee. Like literally, like right now, just switch, go to run to Yankee. Because even if he takes Delta, he's gonna push DEFCON, but you take Yankee. Remove you remove Yankee from him, so it takes off DEFCON, and it would have removed his ability to airstrike you. But instead, you're just taking like the straight up fight, and you'll lose because he was in cover already. So this match, I see why this match goes on forever because you're gonna take Bravo, he's gonna take Delta, and then you're gonna. Oh, it's actually ends like right here. Did you just evac? You must have just evac'd. Oh, or he just airstrikes you out. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like this one came down to the wire with both of you having no reserves. And the last, I'm not saying it was the decision that cost you the game, but the decision at the end, the final decision made that like sealed the fate was coming here to Delta with Unit 4 instead of going straight to Yankee. That was the final bad choice. Hostile annihilation. Wait, did I miss something? How did the unit at Delta go down? Did you airstrike him? No. What happened? Did his rifleman go into the open? What was that? What happened to this damage calc here? You're in the open. He's not. What the fuck happened to the damage calc here? Right there. Why did it tick down like that? And also, why wasn't he just securing Delta? What the? See, like, I'm so fucking, like, flabbergasted at the end of this that, like, I didn't even realize that that's how this is going to end. Oh, my goodness. Fuck. I guess I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, later. GG. Bye. Oh, nice ending right on the airstrike. All right, yeah, peace.